Ta-da! And welcome to Josef's Model Railway and Toy Room. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me. Just a little bit of housekeeping. You don't need to like, follow, or subscribe to any of the videos that I put out there. I just put them out there where I can, and I have a holly jolly great time doing so. Today's video, we're going into part 2 of our little adventure that we've been doing with our little Smith's delivery truck. So we're talking about Smith's chips or Smith's potato crisps, depending on what side of the planet you're on. And then I ummed and ahed about where I was thinking about putting it, saying it would be kind of cool to put some illumination on. And as you can see here, I did actually purchase, this is a 4.5 volt illuminated ute or truck, if you like, an American styled one. However, as you can clearly see, this is in O gauge, not double O gauge. And again, you can see what I was going with, that paint color. I was like, I could make that work, put my own signage on, but of course it's not in the scale we need. I am going to be selling a lot of stuff, including the signal gantry you may see in front of you at the moment. We have the three-track ones that we're going to need to be selling. You can probably see in the distance, there's boxes of stuff and models and things that I've accumulated during the build that never even got touched or used. Either it was the wrong scale or I changed my mind with something. But don't worry, once I've got everything together, I'm going to start to sell, I will let everybody know about it. So it'll probably be listed on a popular trading site like eBay. But rest assured, you will all be aware that it's happening. And certainly if there's anything you've seen along the build that I've made mention of, up to and including something like this, maybe you're doing something in O gauge and you might be interested, by all means, drop me a comment, let me know. I'm sure we could figure something out. So illumination, it really isn't my forte. This is getting into that realm of modeling that gets a little bit too detailed for me. In the video story time, you'll recall we saw a tremendous excavator as they're digging up the conduits and laying in new cable for our new signal that's going in toward the petroleum depot. And those vehicles were pre-illuminated. But I wasn't after quite that amount of detail in what's seen in those vehicles. However, I did want to just add a little bit of illumination as the back scene of where the truck's going to be. So I thought I'm going to buy a few little little LEDs, and I've got a small drill, not the smallest one I could find, but it'll do. And I thought, let's try putting this together. So let's dive on in now. It is a nice zippy one. Let's see how we got on, shall we? Okay, well, you can see we've got a bit of cleaning up before we get started.
Pop in a Pep's Pop Potato Chips Crunch. Pop in a Pep's Pop Potato Chips Crunch.
Well, we've got our LEDs here. We've got our red and warm white. I'm just going to use a battery to test them. Here's our faithful truck with the piece of string. And I can't find my drill bits, so this 1mm one will have to do for now. Again, I couldn't find the right drill bits, so as you can see me using here, we've just taken a little pin drill and we've just put in some reasonably neat little holes, and you can see as we thread the SMD through, it's just enough that it clears it. So to make it sit there, we're just going to drop a bit of glue on there. I'm just going to use some Zap glue, the CA type of glue that's instant and can put the accelerator in to hold it. I think you would probably get a better result out of using a PVA or something like that, but I do need this to sort of set pretty quickly. We're going to take the tip, we're going to dunk it into some glue and thread it in and hold it. You can see we've just dashed a bit of black paint. In this instance, I would highly recommend using black X1. Don't use X18, that's just not going to cut the mustard. And as you can see, pretty much the wire starts to disappear. There's still a few little bits. We also just painted over the back there, so you can see there's red cable, but if you slide under, you can't see. We're going to leave this to dry for 24 hours before we carry on. Okay, so we've got what we need here, and we'll just do a final lockdown and paint once we've got it all in place. But now we're just going to take a little tube of heat shrink now, and it's a simple matter. We are going to group all of our cables together. Now, just so you know, I did just pre-test this. All 4 lights can be wired up or grouped together onto one channel of the Just Plug lighting system, because I would rather have these dimmed down, not running too hot, just to preserve that lifespan that we'll get from them. And also the effect as well, because we don't actually have reflectors in the actual lights themselves. It's just to give that gentle effect that it's illuminated. So at this scale, I think we'll be fine. But we'll keep threading these in anyway. Just plugged it in temporarily underneath here, and as you can see, they've just been grouped together and placed into one of these splicer connections, and I think, as you can see, the result is quite good actually. As mentioned before, we do have the ability, we could bring them up or down. Let's just turn it around here so you can see it on the back there. And that's quite pretty much what I want, but I literally only just want them so they're almost barely on. Something like that I think would be just suitable for the look we're after, and I'm going to say that is a complete and utter success. Well, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, as always, that's now going to do it for yet another video. We are on the quick ones just at the moment, but rest assured we've got some big projects being unveiled to you very shortly. In the meantime, though, please do stay safe. I hope you've taken a little something away from this, and if it's not a vehicle, it might be something you're looking to add a little more precise illumination to. Again, my buildings, I'm just using the Just Plug lights and put them in, but it doesn't mean I'm not experimenting with the idea of maybe having a table inside a building with candles lit, which we would literally be threading through a little bit of detail. Plenty more to be coming up, of course, on the channel. In the meantime, though, as always, please do stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Toodles!